I don't know why you're here. All through 2024 we heard Doctor Who had been cancelled. You probably want to check out the final episode, right? Joy to the world, the IKEA hijack edition. Yay! The children are back.
Basil, that's a war on.
Basil?
Hi there, just checking the doors.
Ham and cheese toasty and a pumpkin latte.
Oh, it must be the TARDIS branch of Greggs. Did you know that Greggs is the only high street fast food place that allows its workers to unionise?
Who are you?
It's not at all clear, but this is supposed to be Sylvia Trench. Who, her, she? Well, in 1962 she featured as James Bond's girlfriend in Dr. No. She was to be Bond's regular girlfriend before the idea of Bond girls came around, but didn't appear after the second film. She's reading the 1948 Penguin edition of Murder on the Orient Express. Sylvia was played by starlet Eunice Grayson. Yes, we are meeting Sylvia, says Wikipedia. A fictional character.
Wrong room. Ham and cheese toasty and a pumpkin latte.
It's gone cold now. The Derry girls are forever fleeing to London. What sort of idiot would want to live in Northern Ireland anyhow? Stephanie Diwali really cuts a memorable ground character or minor cameo. Writers train watching the subtitles. A fly buzzes in the room, which is who Joy's talking to, but you can't really hear it in the sound mix and the loudness of the music. Jonathan Harris's first appearance, and it's 4 or 5 seconds long, and through the prosthetics you can already see his anxiety and dread. While you're enjoying Christmas, be aware that at this time of year there is a high incidence of drinkfall. Always use care and carry responsibly. Prevent drinkfall.
Star Wars kid.
But he got cancelled?
Let's just do this, okay?
Another 5-star space hotel, but ooh, the doctor's squatting. Very Marxist. It's good to see him make use of the TARDIS clothes hangers, and a good little cognitive reprise in the theme of memory from the 11th hour.
Special Agent Clint Rock.
Clint Rock. Cool enough for you yet? Joel Fry plays Trev Simpkins, a concierge. This character comes equipped with range. The job's worth busybody, the eager-to-help worker, the espionage amateur with anxieties. He settles into the companion role of the student and accomplice proactively.
Okay, are we going to follow him?
No, I hate following people.
It's a fun little idiosyncrasy. This line is so the Doctor. It's so skeevy to be following someone. Of course, history as mini breaks is a fun little concept. I would have thought there's implications to the TARDIS being there. A fuel conduit, competition in the building. Time hallways are a neat concept too.
I thought you said you were from head office. Don't you know how it worked?
And we might assume that the universe's consistent award winner in the category of time travel might have heard of the Time Hotel. Was it that they didn't offer a Groupon deal?
Should I make my mind blank too, sir?
It may not be necessary in your case, Trev.
You're 2,000 years old. Grow up. The Doctor's condescending leads to flaws in overlooking the obvious. In the course of the story, we will see him show more respect to the hotel staff. It's just a pity the Time Lord's character fluctuates, yet doesn't. He's hardly got the ideal civility of Superman or the conscientious check your privileges of Spider-Man. Having a sarcastic, condescending snark, I feel, should be an anomaly rather than a default defining character trait. Exemption clause in that offer may apply to Peter Capaldi. I mean, it's not like he's even heard of the Time Hotel. Duh, stupid, idiot. It is a great idea. I'm not so sure I've ever heard of the locked door in the room business. Never seen one of those. Maybe because, like most of the country, I can't afford to stay at a hotel more than once every 2 or 3 years. Oh wait, this door's locked. This door doesn't even have a handle. Maybe this door. Oh. Surely this one. How do I get out?
There you are. You just pay on the blue diamond.
Someone's literally making a video essay about that one point. To be fair, it's another neat little idea in an episode full of great ideas. Moffat is just a swell, clever inventor. He packs them in this time, and as importantly, he gives them time to breathe. Time to breathe. Get it? Get it? If you've got a story with a lot of great ideas, it's best to tidy the room, clear some space, have some room to take things out and play with them, explore what they can do. But hang on, not a week has gone by without someone on YouTube telling me Doctor Who is ruined. There's been a trillion, quadrillion videos and articles. Ruined, unwatchable, forevermore, never to be recoverable, flushed. So this episode must be a figment of our collective imagination. A malignant split blood vessel in the skins of incels everywhere. I don't know how to critically evaluate media. My vocabulary is limited to Pornhub titles. Doctor Who means more to me than my own mother. Twats. Another trinket on idea is someone handcuffed to a briefcase. Those who really know Moffat's body of work see this as an old idea, recycled with a bit of a new spin upon it. His critically acclaimed comedy drama Press Gang featured such an instance in a 1992 episode, Love and War. In that one, Dexter Fletcher as Spike Thompson finds himself cuffed to a password-encrypted briefcase. Like Jay, Spike is wroth in the recent death of a parent. I give Press Gang a 5-star rating on writing and casting. Elsewhere on my channel you can find essays of commentary on the series, which was groundbreaking, wasn't it? As in the Time Hotel, Spike's briefcase is manufactured by a security firm. It also comes with its own catchphrase, triggered by shock mechanisms every time Spike tries to remove it from his wrist.
Hey, no, wait!
Stop him!
Attention, please do not cause unnecessary shocks or agitations. This is a Zetron 2000 high security brief.
Going well, isn't it?
We have to give a shout out to Andy Pryor. He's a casting director for this episode. Because what I'm seeing is a great array of tertiary and secondary actors, whether hotel staff or time travel gimmicks. We get characters of fields or more beyond the surface, each with a file of stories underneath. And when they die, there's emotional cost.
The starseed will bloom and the flesh will rise.
What you talking about, mister? The Doctor takes a moment to ponder the coldest thing he's ever done. I guess loyalty points are off the table. Our first extended look at Nicola Coughlan's Joy is a conduit for Moffat, the comedy writer, and it's an aspect I'm happy to see returned.
Your motor functions will shut down. You'll be dead in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Pop yourself in the bed before you have a nasty fall.
What do you mean dead? What are you talking about dead?
Careful, love, you'll scuff the counterpane.
Coughlan, of course, is one of the stars of Derry Girls, written by Lisa McGee. Derry Girls is quite good. It's significant as a rated Northern Ireland comedy, coming on the heels of a long absence of Northern Irish sitcoms which are genuinely funny. Point of fact, the 2016 Belfast Media Festival included a panel entitled Commissioning Comedy in Northern Ireland. Are we just not funny? The commissioning blind spot extends to Doctor Who, with neither the BBC or Big Finish choosing to set a story here in Northern Ireland, one of the UK's most heavily populated areas. The closest we've come is Tom Baker's Winter Holidays in the late 1970s. Baker dressed in full costume and in character to visit a school in East Belfast, and he followed it up by switching on the Christmas tree lights in Derry.
Received like this.
This is the Doctor's identity being written to my measure, caring for the invisible, comforting the afflicted, those in pain, and showing love. Even while Joy tries to lead the story in another direction, the Doctor stays behind to perform their role, and what sets them aside from Iron Man, Judge Dredd, or Captain America. The Doctor would rather comfort the dying than confront the villain and the mystery. A few kind words, compassion for the suffering.
Tell me your story, Klingon. To your story.
And again, Jonathan Harris works out a memorable performance from little more than a couple of minutes on screen.
So let's find out. It's beautiful.
God damn it, what is it?
What?
I couldn't use the TARDIS again. I would re-engage the causal nexus, but in this...
Re-engage the causal nexus, which means to relink the TARDIS and the Time Hotel, which is an incompatible system pairing, resulting in root commands multiplying to a pattern of recursion. That's my best guess. The Two Doctors reboot. The Doctor is a bit brutal on the Doctor. The doorway opening up to a brick wall has real sapphire and steel energy. Geese a job, skeleton Versailles, a spot of Fantasia. We see references to the hotel in New York, which I think makes this more confusing than it should have been. Coming on like fixing a plot hole. The Year of the Doctor and Anita is, to my mind, one of the story's fantastically strongest pieces. A whole second story engine of heart and emotion. It's a refreshing pairing with Anita as a not vacuous companion, not hanging on his words. She's a normal everyday Jane, and Stephanie Diwali gives us a thoughtful and cool performance. It harks back in some ways to young Amelia Pond, and Diwali deserves top billing. Diwali for new companion? Well, Moff wants to return to the Time Hotel, so we might just get our wish. Maybe. Anita does come to dote on the Doctor, but differently we get to see that process.
It's important to see the transition. You want to watch the process.
The real emotional journey is the Doctor's.
Anita? Have a chair.
Thank you. I quite like this one. It's thoughtful to see that, where he's the one who has to mature and evolve rather than Anita. Rather than asking the audience to accept him as Grand Viscount Microwave Superhero, it's he who must play second fiddle to Anita and rises to the occasion, without being a dick about it.
Oh God, you're married, aren't you?
No.
Liar! By the time of their farewell, the emotional beats are suitably touching and convincing. I've already done a full lap and I'm going home. You can't talk about Villain Guard these days without being demonetized. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and join my Patreon for £1 a month, where you can access all this stuff.
Well, basically...
Bootstrap. Nicola Coughlan spent half of Joy's arc possessed with that very creepy smile. And who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Don't you dare talk about my mother.
I'd love to meet her. She sounds like a riot.
She's dead.
See? Emotional maturity. The Doctor's mindfuckery bursts joy from her shell with a sparkling piece of writing on COVID and Partygate. Yes, Joy is a COVID orphan. Partygate refers to a situation in the United Kingdom during isolation, when it was discovered not only that a number of Christmas parties occurred in the geographic locations of power, but also weekly on Wine Time Fridays. Those shown to be laughing about lockdown included Prime Ministers Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak, Minister for Health Matt Hancock. It's a situation that cuts deep in our national identity, and unlike the people who did this, we don't have multiple places of residence. We just have multiple homes where families are. Homes which were denied to us.
On Christmas Day! And I said goodbye in an iPad because of the rules! She died alone! And those awful people in their wine fridges and their dancing!
This is as overtly political as Doctor Who has ever shown us, and so much richer for it. Delivering on science fiction's promises to send a message down through the ages. We remember what was done and not done. Matt Hancock, Dominic Cummings, Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak, Allegra Stratton, Alex Burkhart, Michael Gove, Nigel Farage. Coughlan absolutely flexes her acting muscles with raw energy. Moffat has spoken on COVID and Partygate, a late addition to the script with an earlier, weaker draft, penciling in something on Joy's reason to be sad at Christmas. On thinking of the idea, it struck him as a much more universal one, and it dovetails really well. This is because the COVID years are a ready-made story for Doctor Who. Risking fantasy terms on reality, a real situation, those events were time-locked and space-locked. Although the Hotel of Things isn't functional for telling those years, visible thematic groundwork is ready laid. The story of Anita and the Doctor forming a sort of household bubble. Joy's story plays off the Doctor and Anita in a time-locked bubble, with harshest contrast. Shown to be behind the plan to make a nuclear bomb, or Villians, the universe's largest arms manufacturer. Villians, social conscience Moffat. In my videos on Boom and Star Wars Ahsoka Episode 2, I look into the real-life counterparts, the corporations who fuel the most terrible murders by providing and sustaining global warfare. There's a lot of feeling of impotency around tackling this problem, and Campaign Against the Arms Trade are a really great non-governmental organisation who provide a lot of ways where you can engage with the activism. Except for the sad sacks who've just given up. Villians here are represented by post-death generative likenesses, the most visible and tangibly scary tip of the AI phenomenon. I find it unnerving to think that if I ever gained any level of fame, which of course would be most likely happening after I die, that artificial intelligence might represent me to say, "Hi, I'm Andy Luke and I drink Coca-Cola because it's a real thing." When in fact I'm more likely to say, "Hi, I'm Andy Luke and I tend to avoid Coca-Cola because of its links to Mexican death squads, child labour, national drought and deforestation." Well, that's that problem sorted. Moffat doesn't stop to comment on this trick. Rather, he lets the prevailing forms of the ensemble of actors carry it. And that works well, and it doesn't work well. Dinosaurs are super Christmassy.
Attention, please cannot cause unnecessary loss of agitation. This is a Zetron 2000 high security briefing.
What's that buzzing noise?
Oh, hello. Merry Christmas. Welcome to my room. I'm Andy, and I thought I was going to be alone. So, fly buzzing again. Go on, get out of here, little fuckface. Go on. Trev subverting the AI to help the Doctor is a retread of the character journeys in Boom. It also moves the story further from fantasy to realism. But there's comedy in there. Why do people hate comedy so much? I'm assured Trev lanterns will be available in the shops this time next year.
But it's a shrine.
The case admits a psychic field that possesses people. It's basically how you start a religion.
Because wherever you find religion, there's a parallel with warfare. The Doctor's not so good with rope that he doesn't try and talk them into putting on more thermals. Gods, that climate, they must be freezing out there. They'll freeze their nuts off. They'll catch all sorts going out like that. Maybe he could rope together a less fake-looking set. Stop molesting the Orient Express, Doctor Who. Joy ascends. Big Bang star seeding. Joy becoming part of the star seed and a Mother Gaia, all life is energy, matter cannot be destroyed way is a little twee and old hat if you've been around a story block for 4 or 5 decades. but it's a story I think bears repeating, particularly if you're only 12 years old or maybe 21 and you haven't heard it before. Joy's closing message
You need to find a friend.
refers to new friendships, probably. It's another shaky speak beyond the doctor moment, telling the audience they need to strike up new relationships instead of relying on same old safest cliques and echo chambers of old chums where everything is measured and mapped.
And we've established that it's okay to talk politics here. It might be that Moffat is speaking to himself and other media celebrities, permitting himself to stay open to the voices in the internet's second generation. Beyond the social and the sociable, Whovian fandom has thrown up a line of critical analysis that does have some serious foundation. Oh, don't look at me like that. The thinking goes that since 2005, Doctor Who production, with some exceptions, has used only writers from the 1990s wilderness years and their mates. Okay, that's not entirely accurate, but it is in the ballpark. That's over 30 years of the same old names charting the Doctor's journeys from the BBC and, to a lesser extent, Big Finish. That's a trend where the Doctor really has to change if Bad Wolf wants to grow a functioning time hotel. Oh look, iPlayer's gone to sleep again. Let's roll on. We're almost there.
Nicola Coughlan becomes a mega queen of Care Bears. Something Orient Express. Sir Edmund Hillary has a feel of his pal's bottom. Millie Gibson phones Michelle Greenidge, or that coffee shop snow abandoning parent. Anita does vacuuming. I hate vacuuming. It scares the gerbils. I have 14 now. 4 were born in Christmas week. Oh, so cootie woody little knock-off jelly babies. Adorable incest gerbils. And Joy's mother takes her last breath. That's private care. No NHS. Who's Julie talking to? Is it that fly again? Yes, it all ends in Bethlehem. 2,000 years ago. No, sorry. What happened there? I'm going to have to look that up. Bethlehem is a city in the Israeli-occupied West Bank of the state of Palestine.
October the 5th, I sent this girl's dad into the software just for a look around.
I think it's a political statement.
So a summary recap. Multiple locations setting up an episode aren't anything new for Moffat. In this case, they serve as a microcosm style for what's to come with the Time Hotel, as well as outside the Time Hotel and Villain Guard's weapons, all of which take us to the end point of spending Christmas alone, and in different times, in different locations. For us to survive, the Conservative Party and the right wing must be buried deep in the soil of history. I almost never bother with episode spoilers for Doctor Who, but the season trailers are a rare exception. Extendable hair, flying people, deadly games, Flatline 2, this time it's Mickey Mouse. That was a bit too brief. I'm going to make my own 2025 trailer. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please, think of the gerbils. Leave a like, leave a comment. You've got to sign up to my Patreon or the world will end. Another Time debuts 22nd of January. Oh no, it's Coastlines After Dark. Thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. Patreon.com